myself right up on out of here. I feel like a disgrace, I'm not really what I appear. I go home to my girl and I make nicey nice. The fact that she don't know that I just put someone on. I don't like being here. I constantly live in fear. Could be gone at any time. When you live a life of crime, you have to face the music through the time. I'm trapped again, and fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again. You know I'm trapped again. My thoughts are only mine, I don't think of the time. If I could make a rhyme, then maybe I could fall in line. It's all becoming clear, I see lights in the rear view mirror of this car that I just jacked from some big. I don't like being here, I constantly live in fear. Be gone at any time. When you live a life of crime, face the music through the time. Oh, I'm trapped again, and fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, and all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again. You know I'm trapped again. Trapped again, and fate as always hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again. I hope you see the point, 20 years in the joint. I hope you can see now, I put my life together now. I'm glad that I got caught, better than being shot. Only the good die young, well that don't sound to me like fun. I had to leave you when you needed me the most. To chase my dreams, I set out for the coast. what the future holds. I tell you, but it can't be told. Now life sets in, and I'm missing you. And all I think of is what I put you through. Who knows what the future holds? I tell you, but it can't be told. But it seems so right, you're so wrong, to be away so long. And that's why I write you this song. Brass ring in sight, I can't fight, but I can see the light. And that's why I write you this song. Don't want to break your heart, I want to make things right. Maybe you'll understand when my dreams take flight. Who knows what the future holds? I tell you, but it can't be told. It seems so right, you're so wrong, to be away so long. And that's why I write you this song. Brass ring in sight, I can't fight, but I can see the light. And that's why I write you this song. I write you this song. I'm so far away, but you don't know I'm right around the corner, and you want me to stay, but you don't know I'm right around the corner, and you want to see me, but you don't know I'm right around the corner, and I'll meet your needs, but you don't know I'm right around the corner, and who knows what the future holds? I tell you, but it can't be told. But it seems so right, you're so wrong, to be away so long. And that's why I write you this song. Brass ring in sight, I can't fight, but I can see the light. And that's why I write you this song. I write you this song. I'm so far away, but you don't know I'm right around the corner, yeah.
We here at Mayhem Media understand the trials and tribulations of life.
No matter how hard life can get.
Suicide is never the answer.
There's more assistance available today than ever before.
If you or a loved one are suffering from suicidal thoughts, please don't try and take it on alone.
Call or text 988 if you live in the U.S.
Or if you're in Great Britain, call 116123 or text 85258.
The world is a better place with you in it.
We here at Mayhem Media
understand the trials and tribulations of life.
No matter how hard life can get.
Suicide is never the answer.
There's more assistance available today than ever before.
If you or a loved one are suffering from suicidal thoughts, please don't try and take it on alone.
Call or text 988 if you live in the U.S.
Or if you're in Great Britain, call 116123 or text 85258.
The world is a better place with you in it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mayhemtainment. I am your host, JD, and I'm hoping that you're joining us for our Sunday night football live watch along between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chargers. It is going to be quite the match, I would think. Now, as you see, I don't have my camera on because the whole point is to watch the game. So we're going to try it with me not on camera. If you would prefer to have my face on camera, please leave a comment. You know, we're still working out all of our football content and what it's going to look like. They're showing this on the game right now, and I think it's appropriate. I'll do the same here. Marshawn Nealon. If you were a loved one, as you can tell from our opening, if you were a loved one or suffering from depression or suicidal thoughts, definitely seek help, get help. Don't take it on alone. Marshawn Nealon. We will be once we actually get to the kickoff has not quite happened yet, so they're still doing some of the pre-show stuff. But once we get to when the kickoff is about to happen, pause your game or pause your TV or whatever, and then we're all going to try and line up the live stream so that way you're not 10 minutes ahead or 10 minutes behind what I'm calling. During the commercials, I will likely step away for a moment during some of the commercials. I'm not going to sit here and provide play-by-play on the commercials. That wouldn't be very fun. During some of the commercials, though, I will go through. We'll talk about some stats, how the league is looking, how the game is looking. Leave a comment if you would like to interact. I'd be happy to answer any questions or chat with anybody. And of course, we have the link to the studio in the comments. If anybody wants to join me inside the studio and chat for a few minutes, the link is available in all the comments. And if for some reason it's not wherever you're watching it, then just leave a comment and I will make sure that you can get it. We are also going live to our Twitch and Kick channels tonight as well. So hopefully we'll bring in some viewers from those channels tonight as also. Well, we had one comment. We know that there's one Chargers fan watching along tonight. Is there any Steelers fans watching along as well? I'm curious. I don't know that the Steelers are going to pull it out. The Chargers are looking pretty good, but you know the Steelers have been on a run lately. They've been on a winning streak, so that's why I think it's a great game for Sunday Night Football, and I think it's going to be a great matchup. I thought the kickoff was coming up. They had done all the most of the pregame stuff, but apparently I was a few minutes off on that. Live sporting events. It's the only place you're going to see commercials, really. You can pay for them to be removed almost anywhere else except for live sporting events. Those who are watching, leave a comment if you want. Tell me what your favorite game of the weekend was. The Commanders just got trounced. So, Josh, J-Man, that's 10 on the Chargers. Okay. I don't think I'm going to take that because I'm not sure who's going to win this one. Normally, I'll make a prediction or something, but I'm not so sure who's going to win this one. I think it could be a real tough fight, both offensively and defensively. I think it's going to be a tight game. I don't expect it to be a shootout, but I do expect the score to stay close through most of this. I think it will come down to the fourth quarter somewhere. Two evenly balanced teams, at least in terms of record. 5-3, the Steelers. 6-3, the Chargers. They're still doing interviews and stuff. They're showing, at least on where my feed right is right now, they're showing an interview with Melissa Stark. Keenan Allen. Again, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to pause my stream right before they get ready to do the kickoff, just as they're lining up, and then give everybody a moment or so to make sure that they can line up theirs if they want to be able to follow along. And then, of course, with commercials and stuff, I expect we'll be off balanced before we get to the halfway mark of the first quarter. But that's how these are gonna work. Yes, Josh, you're absolutely right. The Skins, or the Commanders as they're called, but of course we like to call them the Skins or even the Redskins still. Yeah, they don't have their quarterback right now. And that's huge right now for them. Marcus Mariota, in my opinion, is not really I mean, I guess he's a backup, but he's not what your guys' starter is. So, I'm not, I don't expect him to be able to carry the team. And that's what they look like. They look like they're a team that's completely out of sorts. That's what they look like today. They got in quicksand several times throughout the game, especially their veteran players. That hurts too. When the veteran players are doing stupid penalties, getting kicked out of games, that's not good for your team. And I do believe that that's because of your guys' quarterback being out right now. I think a lot of that stems from that. And Marcus Mariota is just not going to be able to keep them going. I don't think so. You guys definitely need him back. The good news is that even if you guys can't turn this season around, you guys look good for next year too, and you guys can build upon it. So, if you're a Redskins / Commanders fan, then there's hope for you yet in the future here. And Cameron Dicker the kicker, he is my fantasy kicker. So I'm hoping he has a good night tonight. So Josh, your comment on the Chargers is actually, I don't know. I don't really care if they win or not, but I do want the kicker. I do want him to kick several field goals. I'd be fine with it just being field goals. I don't need the extra points, at least in our league. What? You guys seeing this? All right. I'm sorry. I paused it. I didn't pause it. So hold on, guys. I just paused my feed now. It's just after the opening kickoff. It happened before I realized it. It's right. It's no time has even been taken off the clock. So try and get your game feed to right after that. And then I'm going to unpause my feed in just a minute. But if you guys just saw that kickoff, we're going to talk about that in just a second here. So let's get everybody's feed lined up who's watching. All right. I'm going to unpause now. It's a picture of Dicker Dicker holding his hands over his head. I'm going to unpause now. So there's a flag down. He kicked it out of bounds. I've been seeing this a lot, right? Okay, so what they're going to do is Oh, no. That time it went right to the Pittsburgh offense. All right, I'm going to have to look some stuff up on the kicking rules because I just watched the game earlier. It might have even been the Commanders game. They kicked it out of bounds so that they could back the kicker up so that he had a better kick. They did it intentionally. It's a loophole. They can commit a penalty to put themselves in a better kickoff position because no one really wants it to be moved forward. The kicking team doesn't want it to be moved forward because there's a zone now where you have to kick it. So I'm going to have to look that up. That looked like a false start. Yeah, that's a huge false start on the Steelers. That dude was up and moving before anybody was. Two penalties, no time off the clock. These guys are going to, I hope not going to be turning me into liars here with a great game because 2 plays, no time off the clock, and 2 penalties is not how I thought this game was going to open up. But here we go. Aaron Rodgers under center. Now the official stopping play once again. Okay, so the problem is the play clocks are now not synced. All right. This is how you start a football game on prime time and Sunday Night Football right here. Yeah, there's 2 seconds taken off the clock in the stadium, but there is no official time off the clock yet. So someone running the stadium clock doesn't know what they're doing. And now they're just informing everybody, all the players and the coaches, that the clock on the stadium is not right. So they know not to look up there and use that clock. That's what just had to happen there. Ben Roethlisberger out of the shotgun. 2 wide receivers. Dump off pass, little screen. Gets maybe 3 or 4 on that. Aaron Rodgers is looking good. I didn't think he was going to actually start looking good again. Yeah, I got to keep looking down for the comments here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Josh. This is not. It's not how you want to start the football game right here on primetime on Sunday night. That's for sure. Roethlisberger back again. 2 wide receivers, little dump off pass, another catch. Looks to going to be about 3rd and 4 here as the clock runs. 3rd and 4. Roethlisberger, anyway, what I was saying was Roethlisberger is looking real good in Pittsburgh. I honestly thought after last year, I didn't know if he was going to have another good season yet in him, but he has certainly been carrying the Steelers real well this season. Shotgun again for Roethlisberger. 3 wide receivers, tight end to the right. They're on the top edge of the hash marks. Roethlisberger has to scramble in the pocket. They close it in on him, and he throws it away. Incomplete pass. That'll take him to 4th and 4. And I imagine the Steelers will likely start this game off with a punt. There are still some teams that are, anything like within 4th and 5, and they'll go for it. Other teams are still punting the ball. I guess it all depends. The Steelers are going to punt. Left-footed punter. Booming kick down. Fair catch called for. It looks to be at about maybe the 10.5, the 11. And the Chargers are going to take over. Justin Herbert. I believe he is my quarterback. Josh, I believe I'm going to be cheering for you on this one, actually, because I completely forgot. Justin Herbert is he might be my starting quarterback. I think the Eagles had the bye this week. So Justin Herbert, I believe I have in. And I can't check. I'm sorry, guys. When I'm live streaming, I'm not bringing up the fantasy site right now. So I'll check on my phone here in a couple minutes when I get a chance to take a break. So I can also track that. We can talk about that. I'm sorry, Josh, that you're 45 seconds ahead. Anybody who gets ahead needs to likely pause for a few seconds and then slow it back down. I'll let you know where I'm at here periodically. But that's the way these live watch alongs are going to go. The commercials and everything will be different depending on where you're watching the live stream. The Chargers start off with a run. It looks like they got a couple yards. They're coming back up for second down. We're coming up to 13 minutes right now is where the clock was. Justin Herbert from the shotgun. Play action pass. Little wide receiver screen. Can't even get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, it looks like they lost the 2 yards they just got. Back to 3rd and 10 for the Chargers. That's certainly not what I want to see. Thank you to the people who are tuning in. Please leave us a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if the game is staying close to your live feed. And I will keep you posted on where my game is. Justin Herbert in the shotgun now. 4 wide receivers, a single back. Steelers send only 4. Oh, my goodness. Number 86. I'm sorry, I didn't catch his name. That's what I'm going to do next for the next live watch along is have a roster somewhere in front of me so that I can keep track of everybody's names and numbers. Just a throw out right out of his reach, just out of his reach there. Just a little overthrown by Justin Herbert. I'm not sure what that was. Kind of went through his hands. Looks like the receiver maybe had a chance on it, but it's hard to say. You can say that in slow motion. You can't say that in real time. And the Chargers go 3 and out, take almost no time off the clock, and they punt the ball right back to the Steelers. So the Steelers winning the game of field possession right now, and that was a really bad punt. That is going to be all the way. That is going to be still in Chargers at the 45-yard line, 46-yard line, it looks like. So the Chargers didn't even get it back on the Steelers' side of the ball, and they're going to go to their first intermission. And what I can do, though, now is I can tell you that Marcus Fredrickson does the music for Mayhem Media. And that if you were tuning in for the 10 or 15 minutes before the game actually started, I was playing some of his music for all of your listening pleasure. And check him out, reverbnation.com/Marcus Fredrickson, and share out your favorite song of his. He's got a lot of great music. The songs you heard tonight were A Friend and this song. I'm going to be getting more loaded into the studio so that I can start going through them anytime we're going to be going live. And of course, the storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. I was going to actually share the storefront in the studio so I could show off some of the stuff maybe a little later. But right now with my live stream, I had a little bit of technical issues before I began live streaming, and I don't want to invite that back again by doing more than I am supposed to. So we're just going to stick with the live stream right now. They're showing the new Jurassic World movie. I have not gotten a chance to see it yet, but I am planning to give it a watch, and we're going to be planning a Jurassic Park episode coming up in the next couple of weeks. So look for that. Leave us a comment on what you thought of the movie, if you've seen it or not. I'm about tired of this Kevin Hart, LeBron James commercial, though. I'm not really feeling it. It was barely funny the first couple times I saw it. Now it's yeah. Man, Josh, you need to learn how to spell, brother. Josh is my brother. If you haven't been able to tell, we share the same last name. The Bills did have a really bad game today against the Dolphins. You're absolutely right about that. It's not like the Dolphins have the Dolphins are not the best team in the world. So for a team like the Bills to lose to the Dolphins today, yeah, that's not got to be good for them and Josh Allen. Andrew Paletto, thank you for tuning in, sir. Let me know if you want to hop in the studio. I got the link in the comments. You can always come on and just plug your show, but I can also do that for you now. Popcorn and Whiskey. Go check out Andrew Paletto. And check his page out. Sorry, I got distracted by the game coming back on. And Andrew, you can absolutely come on that episode. I'll let you know when we're going to do the Jurassic Park episode, and it'll give you enough time to maybe give it a watch. Roethlisberger hands off from the shotgun, a draw play. It looks to be get about 3 yards there. Under 12 minutes now in the first quarter as they go through the Chargers defense. Sunday Night Football. Andrew, always Sunday Night Football. Andrew is a college football fan more than a pro fan, so he likes watching the college games. And I'm not so much into the college games as I am the pro games. But it doesn't matter, man. You can always hop in and chat for a few minutes if you want to. Roethlisberger from the shotgun, another draw play. Gets to be about maybe a yard. 3rd down and long coming up. We're coming down to the 11-minute mark. We're at 11:05 right now. So let me know if you need me to. If I'm too far ahead of you, I'd be happy to pause it for a few seconds. If you're too far ahead of me, then pause yours for a few seconds. Andrew, you can let me know how I do on calling the game here. Roethlisberger under shotgun. Looks to be 4 wide receivers or 3 wide receivers in the tight end. He's getting rushed. He's getting pushed out of the pocket. He rolls out, leaves it downfield, overthrows. Metcalf. Number 4, Metcalf gets overthrown, and we're back to 4th down. Looks to be another 3rd and out. So that's each team. The Steelers now have 2 3-and-outs, and the Chargers also have their own 3-and-out. I knew it was going to be a close game, and I didn't think it was going to be very offensive. I had a feeling it was going to be more defensive. If he hadn't gotten blitzed, he had somebody, or I think that's what caused that there on the replay they were showing. Metcalf had space, he had time, but Rodgers throwing on the run on the scramble. And I'm sorry, they don't punt the ball back. The field position game, Pittsburgh is winning, and they get a field goal out of it. So 3 points for the Steelers. Right through the uprights. The Steelers up 3-0. As we are in the first quarter. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, the best thing I've liked about going live to Kick and Twitch so far have been the spammers. You got to love that, right? Too bad they're not even going to be shared on here. Maybe during one of the commercials, I'll share some of the spammers who think I have great content. And if I'll just spend $1,000, I can get many more viewers. Or I can just work hard, grind it out, and get those viewers on my own, which is what I have been doing since I started this. Check out the storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. If you didn't know, we are licensed to sell Diamond Cartel apparel, and I am going to bring up the active one, the actual page, so that I can show you all them probably between the first and second quarter. But you can check out our storefront. We are officially licensed to sell Diamond Cartel, Austin Diamond, and Scott Diamond apparel. They are wrestlers, professional wrestlers, for anybody who is watching who's just a football fan. But we have a license to sell their gear. Go check it out. And of course, we have lots of gear on our own. And I just added a bunch of new products, backpacks. We have duffel bags. We have so many different designs of t-shirts. Plus, we have sweatshirts available. And I also just added a Mayhem bandana on the storefront as well, which is actually looking pretty nice. So check out some of our stuff, pick some of it up. And even if you can't, you can always share it out. Just like this live stream right now, take a moment, share it out. Hit that like button. Don't wait. Do it right now. Hit that like button and then hit that share button and share it out so that people can find us and see that we're doing this. They are still at intermission. So defensive battle so far, as I've said, I think the game will likely stay that way. I think we'll see likely a defense that lapses in judgment or just makes a mistake is likely what we'll see before we see a touchdown. Kickoff again, the Steelers kick it off with the new rules. They kick it in the green zone, so the Chargers are going to return it. They're going to make it up past the 31-yard line. Number 38, Williams on the return. They are going through the defense. The Chargers line up in shotgun. A lot of teams have been we're operating out of the shotgun full time now. I find that very interesting in the NFL today. 3 wide receivers. Justin Herbert overthrows. He was covered. I don't know if Justin Herbert was just trying to put it where only he could reach it, but a little overthrown there. Both quarterbacks a little off their target so far to start the game here. They got to get warmed up. 2nd and 10. Hopefully anybody who's watching has the game itself muted so you don't have to hear Collinsworth but talk about how that was almost pass interference. It wasn't even close. Give me a break, Collinsworth. No backfield for Herbert on this one. Pass, quick dump off pass, and he gets a first down. The Chargers will get, they're going to call him just shy. They're going to spot him just shy of the first down. Looks to be about a half yard. Third and short, I believe, coming up here as we're under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Justin Herbert lines up for the tush push. Wow, the Steelers stopped that dead cold. They went nowhere, and the Steelers, one of the few teams, not against the Eagles, but one of the few teams that I've seen been able to stop any form of the tush push. That's not bad. It just goes to show that it can be done, especially when you know it's coming. 4th and 1 now. And what are the Chargers going to do as the tush push gets stopped short? They really didn't go anywhere on that. They're still 4th, and it's about a half a yard. It's not a full yard. They're going to do it again. They line up again for the tush push. The Chargers and the Steelers, literally both. There's 22 guys within a 6-yard span. This time, I believe the Chargers are going to get there. Yes, they're spotting the ball ahead of the first down marker. The second tush push makes it through. Stopping one is hard enough. Stopping it 2 times in a row, that's even harder. And they just got good penetration on the side, and that's what you do. You push the quarterback forward. And if you're the defense, if you look at the replay there, the Steelers, some of the Steelers defensive went off their feet, all right, trying to throw their shoulder and get penetration that way. You don't ever want to get off your feet in a situation like that. You got to leave your feet planted and drive it in. Justin Herbert under center this time, no shotgun, hand off. Gets to be still pushing hard 2 yards, but he did get to 2 yards. Patterson on the run. A hard 2 yards on that as we just tick under 8 minutes. 7:55 is where I'm at. Justin Herbert back to the shotgun. 3 wide receivers lined up to his left on the top of the screen. Oh, quick dump off. Looks to be to the tight end, number 86. And 3rd down, Gadsden. 3rd and short, I believe. 2 or 3 yards. Nice diving catch for the tight end. Aronde Godson II, 5th round pick. This year, he's a rookie. Justin Herbert under shotgun again. 3 wide receivers lined up to his left. 1 single back. Tight end line up to the right. Nice pocket for Herbert. He gets a minute. Oh, and throws it right to a Steelers defender. Almost picked off. Threw it right to him there. I mean, that was a gift. If he could have come up with that, that would have been huge. Huge momentum shift right there. The Steelers missed. But either way, still a deflected pass. 4th and 3. And we'll see if the Chargers are going to punt the ball. Yep, he just lost that defender in the shuffle on that incomplete pass. Almost interception. And the Chargers are going to punt the ball. They're at their own 48.5-yard line. Deep kick going towards the sideline, and they will down it at the 6-yard line. The Chargers will down the ball for the Steelers at the 6-yard line. The Steelers will start on their own 6. Oh, and they're talking about the Olympics, which leaves me perfect segue into the fact that Mayhem Media will be conducting full coverage of the Olympics. We'll be doing potentially daily episodes talking about the medal count, who's won what, and we will also be doing live watch-alongs with the Olympics as well. So make sure you look for that if you're a fan of the Olympics. Make sure you tune to Peacock and to Mayhem. We'll be doing watch-alongs of that. They put all of their content up there. So even if we don't watch it live, we will be doing watch-alongs, even with some of the recorded stuff. I'm a huge Olympics fan, so just make sure you mark that on your calendar coming up in February. And the Paralympics right after that. Let's not forget that. The Paralympics, Special Olympics right after that. So, and we will be doing our full coverage this year. We're going to be covering both the regular Olympics and the Paralympics. So make sure you stay tuned to that because it's going to be great. We're going to be doing great stuff during our coverage there. It is the Winter Olympics that are coming up. What I usually tell people when I encourage them to watch the Special Olympics, Paralympics, is to turn on some quad rugby, but that's a summer sport. So I will have to. I'm not sure what I would recommend for you in the Winter Olympics. It's all kind of very unique and interesting. The downhill sledding is certainly one of the most unique looking sports, and it's very interesting how some of the skiers ski down the hills, the slaloms, and stuff like that. So they are still at commercial break. If you are a fan of wrestling content, I don't have a visual for them, but go check out the Nice Guy Andy podcast team and let them know that Mayhem Media sent you. They're actually doing a live show right now also. So, which is why I couldn't get any of them to join me. I did try to get some of them to join me, but they're doing a show also tonight. So make sure you go check them out also. Tell them that Mayhem sent you. They're doing their salute to service right now. The Steelers take over at their own 6. Roethlisberger under center. 3 wide receivers. And a single back. To toss out. Oh, no. He goes nowhere. He lost 2 or 3 yards on that one. Just stopped dead in his tracks on that one. He went nowhere. Johnson went nowhere. He just went nowhere on that run. Got stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're cutting his sleeves off now, the guy who just made the tackle. Roethlisberger, single back from the shotgun again. And a draw play to number 20. And he gets back about 3 or 4 yards there. So 3rd down and long coming up. Caleb Johnson, the rookie, selected 83rd overall this year out of Iowa. He's been having trouble getting the ball, getting moving for sure. Roethlisberger, they got Gainwell in the backfield now. No 3 wide receivers, tight end. A lot of movements. Roethlisberger had to make some, or I'm sorry, not Roethlisberger. Aaron Rodgers just fumbled the ball in the end zone. He falls on it. Safety for the LA Chargers. Roethlisberger lost the football, had to fall on it to prevent a touchdown, and they were on top of him. And the Steelers, while they may have gotten the field goal, the Chargers defense has just answered back. He had a nice pocket, tried to move up in it, and the defender spun around, breaking away from the blocker, and he just had Rodgers. I keep calling him Roethlisberger. Man, I gotta stop doing that. Rodgers. And he just, as soon as he gets his hands on him, Rodgers just drops the ball and then has to fall on it. So the Chargers get 2 points. The defense gets them 2 points on that safety. And the Steelers will now have to do a punt kickoff to the Chargers, if anybody doesn't know that. It's not a standard kickoff after a safety. It's actually the punter comes on the field and he actually has to punt the ball instead of a kickoff. Oh, did they change the rules? This guy's bringing a tee out. Boswell's bringing a tee out. It's Boswell, not their punter, and he's bringing a tee out. I guess they've changed the rules since after a safety. So my apologies on that. I did not realize that they had changed the rules on that one. Oh, yeah, no, they kick off from the 20, so they do have to back it up, but it's not just a punt anymore. It is a standard kickoff. It's just all the way back to the 20. The Chargers field the kickoff. He takes it over to his right side, takes it up through a little hole, gets taken down. Looks to be about maybe, I think it was the 24-yard line there. The Lions offensive line, or the Chargers offensive line, I apologize, obviously having some problems. They've had several different people on their rotating line, problems with injuries. Justin Herbert, I'm sorry, he didn't get up past the 30, from the 34-yard line. Handoff. He looks like he'll get about 3 or 4 yards, powering through, getting some of those hard yards. Collinsworth and Tirico are talking about how they need to protect Justin Herbert, which you definitely do. He's a young quarterback. You don't want him being constantly under pressure and taking shots. But at this point, he is a veteran too. He knows how to get it done. And sometimes you just have injuries on a team. You got to be able to play through them. You still got to find a way to win. 2nd and 7 for Herbert in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Herbert open up the middle. He's going to try and run it. He's going to get some hard yards of his own, gaining maybe 3 more. 3rd down and 4 coming up, I believe. As we tick down just past the 4-minute and 10-second mark is where I'm at in the game. Let me know if you are ahead or behind. They come out of the huddle. Justin Herbert in the shotgun again. 3rd and 4. 4 wide receivers. Off. Oh, false start on the Chargers. Number 74. That's a 5-yard penalty, and they will repeat the down at 3 minutes and 42 seconds. The coolest? Man, I hope that's the way I pronounce it. Yeah, he was way ahead. He was way, way ahead. Yeah, you want to get a head start when you're facing the Steelers defense. Who doesn't? But you just can't do that. Center waving to the wide receiver who missed the call for the motion. Pass and a dropped pass to Johnston. Number 1, Johnston. Drop pass. I think he should have had that one, to be quite honest. So the yards per play so far in the game at coming down to 322 is under 2 yards. Both teams under 2 yards. I believe the Chargers are at 1.1 yards per play. The Steelers at 1.9 yards per play. That's not going to get you first downs or scores. And the Chargers are going to punt the ball. 4th and 9, 3:22 left in the game. Scott, the punter, punts the ball. Nice big punt. All the way at the 10-yard line. They feel that he's going to return it. Tries to make a cut back. He gets up past the 20 to about the 21-yard line and then gets taken down. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They're going to go to intermission, and I'm going to take my first one as well. I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay. They have returned, showing some replays of the highlights, if you would want to call them that. The Steelers' first quarter possessions, a punt, a field goal, and a safety. 1st and 10 for Rodgers. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the game from the shotgun. Oh, he throws a dart across the middle of the field. That's a first down to Metcalf. That's going to get them rolling right there. That was a good play. Great throw by Rodgers to Metcalf. Right in the middle. They found the hole. Just zip it in there, and he gets to take it a couple more yards. 1st and 10, 2:37 is where the clock is at. Rodgers from the shotgun, another handoff. Gets to be about 3 yards. Perryman, the linebacker, just took him down. Great tackle. Great tackle. Wrap and drive. Wrap and drive. Right there it is. Tackling 101 for anybody who's watching. Rogers from the shotgun. Lineman fell down. He gets rid of the ball, though. Another one across the middle. To the tight end, Cornell Washington. Great catch. Big tight end. He's a big tight end. Something tells me he's not really normally the catching tight end there, but man, did he catch it in traffic. Held on to it. Darnell Washington. I apologize. I got his name wrong. Darnell Washington. Out of Georgia. This is his third year, I apologize, third year in the NFL. Rogers under center this time. Nice handoff up the left side. Gets good 8 or 9 yards on that one. Showing a replay now. Great handoff, great run. Keeps his legs moving. That's why you got to stick to the run game. Even when it's not working, you got to try something different. Try new plays. Try different schemes. You can't abandon the run game. Roethlisberger under center now. 2 wide receivers, single back. Oh, he has to burn a timeout. Their play clock was running down. They burned their first timeout with 25 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Steelers are leading 3-2. Leave a comment where you're watching from, if you're watching. Troy Polamalu's in the house. Rogers under center. Single back. Handoff back to number 30. Hard yards. Maybe two. Warren, number 30 for the Steelers. Run up the side, up the middle, but doesn't go anywhere. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Steelers lead 3-2. Stay tuned. I'm also going to take a brief break during the commercial break at the end of the first quarter, but don't worry. We'll be back. All right, everybody. They have returned to the game, but they're doing some of their own promotion. Chargers owner and chairman of the board in the house. Rodgers from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Dump off screen to the tight end, number 88. Gets 9.5. 9.5 of the 10 yards needed there. Wow. Great play, great hustle. Starting the second quarter, Freiermuth starting the second quarter significantly better than the first for the Steelers. Broken tackle, ripped t-shirt. Rodgers under center. Started with twin wide receivers out to his left. Motion. He motions back out to the outside. Back to the other side again. Rodgers on the handoff now. Up the middle, there's a hole. Nice chunk of yards there, 5 or 6 yards, but a flag down in the backfield. I believe it's going to be coming back. I believe it's going to be holding on the Steelers. 10-yard penalty, and they're going to go backwards and repeat the down. See, that's what's worse. You may get to repeat the down, but you lost all the positive yards, and then you go backwards 10 yards from your original from your original position, and that's just that just kills you on a run, on a good run, where you get up the middle, you get 6-7 yards. You don't just lose 10 yards on that. You lost the 6 or 7 yards you got on the run too. That's why holding calls on runs are just so terrible and can be so devastating to a team. Rodgers under center. Chargers haven't been blitzing very much. Nice pass by Rodgers to 81 Smith. They are saying it is a catch. It looked like a catch to me. And that will be the first down. That came out of nowhere. Great catch over his head. He bobbles it. All he has is his fingertips. Oh, if this gets reviewed. Oh, if this. Dang. I mean, that was a hard hit because he held the ball. Great receivers. That's what you do. You hold the ball. You don't protect your head. The helmet protects the head. You protect the ball. But it did touch the ground. I don't know. I mean, it didn't move. So if he caught that with his hands and the ball he didn't hold it on the ground, it didn't move. The Chargers are going to challenge. They are going to challenge the play call. And they're going to go at intermission. Leave a comment. What do you think? Catch or no catch? What are your thoughts on it? I think it was a catch. That's my personal opinion. Excuse me, everybody. I'm also doing some self-promotion as well on social media, making sure that people know that we're live and that we're out here. It's hard to do this. Anybody who does this know that when you're doing the studio stuff on your own, you're doing a live watch along, trying to get everything shared out then also it's not always easy to do that when you're on your own. Right now, I'm talking to Mizpah, the number 2 guy at Mayhem Media, sending him a message on Facebook. We'll give him a shout out, and we'll give our other guys a shout out. Our graphic artist, Robbie H, aka Mayhem Ecto, as well as the Wolfman, Jacob Noblet, and the one and only Connor Clarkson rounds out our team. Oh, and of course the Diamonds, Austin and Scott Diamond. Austin and Scott Diamond, they are our brand ambassadors officially, so they are also on the team. And the call is reversed. Their comeback from the game, the call has been reversed. Apparently, it is not a catch. That shocks me for sure. Rodgers from the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, and the back splits out. No backfield. Quick pass off to Gainwell. He gets maybe 3. 4th down and long. Steelers going to go for another field goal. 45-yard attempt. Booming kick, but the wind hooks it. He hooks it back to the outside, and it is incomplete. Boswell misses the field goal. And they go back to a commercial. Check out our storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop, and pick up some apparel. We have so much. Yes, he did miss it. He did miss it, bro. Thank you for staying tuned in. That was a bad kick, too, man. That was a bad kick. And now here they're ready to go back to the action. Anybody who's watching this game, they were ready to go back to the action, but because they were still away at commercial, the referees just came up and made them wait. Justin Herbert snaps the ball. A little quick dump off pass to the outside there. Nice 4 or 5 yard gain to bring up 2nd down. 13 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. But how about that? They wouldn't let him snap the ball because they were still away for a 30-second commercial break. What are your guys' thoughts on that? About holding up the game for commercial breaks? Of course, they do it all the time, but something like that, I don't know. Justin Herbert, 4 wide receivers, single back. Shotgun formation. Another quick dump off pass, this time to the other side. He gets the 1st down, another 6, 7, 8 yards from that one. Johnston, number 1. Herbert getting some things rolling here. That's what you got to do. Get the ball moving. You get the ball moving, and then good things are going to happen. 3 first downs for Pittsburgh. That was the Chargers' 2nd first down, where we got 12 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. So, in just over a quarter, they just got their 2nd first down of the game. Herbert in the shotgun again. Again, these teams, man, they're operating solely out of the shotgun. I don't think that's a good idea. Bad throw, overthrown for sure. There's no interference. Good hard work between all the defenders and the wide receivers. So, no penalty there for sure. Just overthrown. Herbert from the shotgun. All his wide receivers are lined up to the left. It's a draw play. Hand off to number 30. He will get the 1st down, and he will break off a big chunk. 12 yards on that carry. And now we got some scuffling, some jawing going on in the field. Oh, we got an injury. Steeler down. He might have been unconscious, actually. When the camera went back to him, it looked like he was unconscious. He's hurt. Oh, dang, it was Slay. The guy who just made the coverage on that last one. He got hit in the head twice by his own guys. And that's somewhat what football is. You're not gonna know. That's Darius Slay, former Philadelphia Eagle. Good player. He took 2 headshots, and that's the thing about football. You're never going to totally eliminate the headshots in football. They're always going to be there, and that's why these concussion protocols and things are good and good for them to be in place. I mean, I know the players hate it, but it's better for him, especially after that. I expect he might not even come back for the game. He was definitely, I think he was knocked out. James Pierre is going to take his place. Rookie. But yeah, hopefully Darius Slay will be okay. Hopefully he does not have to enter the concussion protocol. I don't know. Again, I don't know if they'll bring him back on. I imagine if he's not in the concussion protocol, they'll let him come back on the field. But it's always a risk. Justin Herbert under center this time. Single back. 2 tight ends. Wide receiver comes in close. Play action pass. TJ Watt had an open field, but he gets it off right away to Gadsden, one of the tight ends, and he'll get 2 or 3 yards before being pushed out of bounds. TJ Watt's trying to get there. That time he had an open field, but Herbert knew he was coming and got rid of it long before he got rid of it. And a quick snap from the shotgun. It was a handoff toss forward. And a big tackle by number 42, Pierre, the guy who just came in to replace Slay. Big tackle. Hard tackle. Maybe unnecessary, but I'm not gonna go that far. I like good hard tackling, and he picked him up and took him to the ground. I would not call it a slam either. He picked him up and just kind of maybe a little bit of a slam. Maybe a little bit of a slam, but he didn't slam his head down. He did pick him up, and he just kind of fell on top of him with it. So definitely, I think good hard football right there. No penalties necessary. Herbert from the shotgun. All his wide receivers are lined up to the right. And it's another draw play. He gets the first down and a couple more. Looks to be about 6 total. First down and 10 as the Chargers begin to move the football. We're under 10 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Vital. I'm not sure if that's Vidal. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Vital, maybe? It's spelled vital, but with a D. So Herbert under center this time. Changing the play. He just killed the play, and they're going to their backup play. Play action. And he's going to be brought down and sacked. The Steelers defense gets to him. Big sack by the Steelers defense. Big sack. Slow to get up is Justin Herbert. And he's limping. Hard hit for him. Hard hit. Not what the Chargers wanted on this drive that they're putting together. They did not want a sack on that, but they did bring him to the ground. Ooh, maybe the ankle got twisted up a little bit maybe on that. That's what the replay shows. Justin Herbert changing the play again from the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, single back. He's going to throw it this time across the middle, open in the first down and a little bit more. So much for that 1st and 15. 8:10 left to go in the second quarter. To McConkley. The Chargers still driving. They're on the Steelers' 14-yard line. Under center, Justin Herbert throws back across the field, and the tight end cannot hang on to it. Bad form there. He had that. He had that should have been a completed pass. It would have got him some positive yards at the very least. 2nd and 10 from the 14. Shotgun again. 4 wide receivers. He lobs it up there. No one. That was a misread. The tight end there, Gadsden. He wasn't in the right place, or Herbert just got rid of it. He's also picking himself up off the ground again. Oh, another big hit on Herbert. Another big hit. He took a shot on that one too. Again, to the lower legs, to the knees. And he has someone fall on him. He wants a flag on that. I don't think so. I don't think that deserved a flag. Also, John Harbaugh is also wants a flag. He is irate right now. I think that's a good no flag. I mean, it was in the knees, so maybe, as per the rule book, maybe. Oh, and Herbert almost throws an interception. It's off the wide receiver's hands. The Steelers could not come down with it. They had a chance, and their drive gets stalled out. 4th and 10 from the 14 or 16-yard line there. That is not what you wanted to see, and they're going to settle for a field goal. Yep, right off McConkley's hands. Almost a pick. Overthrown a little bit again. I don't know if Herbert's just hot from what's happened or what's going on, but Dicker the kicker, it's okay with me. I want to see more of these. Chargers need a lot more field goals. I need some more points for my fantasy kicker. The Chargers kick the field goal. They go up now 5 to the Steelers 3 with 7 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the game. Josh. He got slammed. He got slammed on that one. But I mean, if you're talking about the one where he got picked up, I've seen people actually get slammed to the ground. Now, that was a hard hit. And, he did fall on top of him and take him to the ground. But he didn't just actually just like kind of throw slam him. So I think that's why there was no flag on that one. What are your thoughts on the no call for the roughing the passer? He did get hit there around the knees. You think that should have been a call, or do you think that was a good no call there? I'm a little on the fence about it. It was close to the knees, which is so that makes it questionable. That's usually when you see the flag, but I'm not entirely convinced there that one deserved it. So leave me a comment on what you think about that. If anybody wants to hop in, there's a link. Should be a link available in the comments, no matter where you are. So hit the link. I will bring you into the studio. Come and talk for a few minutes if you would like to. They're at intermission. A shout out to the Wolfman, who just sent me a message but did not know I was live. The Wolfman is messaging me right now. He he is always on top of stuff, making sure we know what's going on in the wrestling world and with some other headlines and stuff. So he is Jacob Noblet, the Wolfman, is definitely one of the best soldiers you're going to find anywhere. As we get ready to resume coverage, they're talking about Herbert right now, getting his knee and ankle checked out. Definitely the ankle. They're taping it up. They're heavily taping it up. So he likely did something that hurt it now. So they want to tape it up real nice and tight so he can just play through the rest of it. It's unlikely that it's broken. Probably just a sprain, if anything. Rodgers from the shotgun. 3 wide receivers split out right. No backfield. The back motion's out. And the pocket collapses on him, and as he tries to move forward, he gets brought down for another sack. The Chargers have swung the momentum to their side even just a little bit because these are 2 hard teams playing each other hard right now. That's why it's going back and forth. And the Chargers right now have swung it to their side a little bit. The Steelers had swung it back. That's why they forced the Chargers to punt. And now the Chargers are answering back in kind. Rodgers almost lost the ball on that one. As they line up, 2nd and 11. Rodgers from the shotgun again. And a draw play to number 30. Bounces it to the outside. Hard hit. 3-4 yards. .6:30 left to go in the second quarter. Rodgers from the shotgun. They push from the outside, but he gets it out. Big long pass downfield, and it is knocked down. Great defended pass by Reed. The rookie out of Oregon. 4th and 8. Great pass defense on that one. Oh, it could almost a pick. Great defensive play. Great defensive play by Reed there. Just amazing, especially for a young player like that. Turned his head back around, found it. Fair catch by the Chargers at about the 19-yard line. 5 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in the first half. This is only the first half. We got a whole another half to go. And I am going to be here the whole time. There's the Wolfman tuning in. Jacob Noblet, the prediction specialist for our wrestling content. Call for the Bell is up next week. Make sure you look for it. We shoot it Sunday midday, and we release it between the football games on Sunday evening. So make sure you check out that show, Call for the Bell. It's on every 2 weeks. It's a recap of wrestling content. Your Raw, SmackDown, AEW, Dynamite, Collision. We even occasionally talk some Ring of Honor and TNA from time to time. And I do believe that Connor Clarkson and the Wolfman will be planning to start taking on some guests for that show. So if you are interested in that, hit up Mayhem Media. We can get you on an episode. They are showing some commercials that we don't get paid for. They are still at intermission. We are not going to be doing Snoop Dogg doing Sunday Night Football. Snoop Dogg. He'll be all over the Olympics too, I guarantee it. Making some money for Snoop Dogg. Getting his name out there some more. Old man Snoop Dogg is crazy. Why the hell not? Justin Herbert from his own 19-yard line. 2 backs from the shotgun and a handoff. First down. Gain of 11 yards on that for the Chargers. Herbert from the shotgun. Wide receiver screen. Oh, he does some juke and motions and manages to get another yard or 2 out of that. So he gets maybe 3 yards. Second down. Coming to the 5-minute mark in the second quarter. We are not doing a halftime show. I will be using halftime to take a break and rest my voice. I won't be ending the live stream. And I'll probably put on maybe a song or 2 of Marcus's, but I definitely will not be talking during halftime. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will be doing the watch along and the play-by-play for the second half as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But halftime, I got to use that to take my break. Justin Herbert, incomplete pass to the tight end. Here we're through him a little bit. Flag down. Holding, maybe, I'm thinking. Holding on the Chargers here. Yep, holding on the Chargers. Well, that was, I guess, it could have been. That was close. That was close, in my opinion. Herbert not under center. I'm sorry, from the shotgun, the back in motion, all the way to the outside. He gets a nice catch. He gets back that yards they lost from 2nd and 17, and it's going to be third and about 4 or 5 there. That's a great second down. Gives you something to work with. Gives you something to play with. Justin Herbert from the shotgun. He's getting pressured, and he will be brought down for a sack now. The Steelers answer back with a sack of their own, and they go from 3rd and 5 to 4th down and long. And I believe we will see a punt or at least a field goal attempt. I'm not sure where they're at on the field. No, they're not going to kick a field goal here. They're still on their own side of the field. They're going to punt the ball. A running back, chip a linebacker. Way too much time. Herbert should have saw that. He should have saw that a mile away. And the Chargers punt. Coming down to 3 minutes left to go. Fair catch called for at about the 22, 23-yard line. for the Steelers, and that's where they will pick it up with exactly 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Steelers have a tough road. The Ravens are still definitely very much in it, and the Bengals are not totally out of it yet. And the Chargers are sitting behind the Broncos. The Chargers are only looking at a wild card spot at the moment. And the Chiefs better do something, or because right now, at least in their in the AFC West, remember the 3 wild card spots go to the teams with the next three best teams with the best record after the 4 division winners. So being third in your own division is not likely going to get you a wild card spot. You want to at least try and be second in your division. Rodgers under center. 2 tight ends off the right side. Toss out to the running back, and he gets a good 3 or 4 yards there, number 30, Warren. Rodgers throws a pick to the Chargers, and there's going to be no flags on that one. And the Steelers are going to turn the ball over with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the second quarter. That came out of nowhere. Going for just a crossing route, and he overthrows it. Another overthrown ball. That was definitely overthrown right to the safety, sitting over top. He caught it and took it back the other way. Herbert from the shotgun now on the Steelers side of the ball. Handoff to number 30. He gets a good 8-yard chunk. Two-minute warning. All right, they are going to take a 2-minute intermission, and I am also going to take a brief 2-minute intermission. I will be back as soon as coverage resumes. Sorry, everybody. They came back from commercial break pretty quick. Tossed to the outside there by the Chargers. They get a couple. Or I'm sorry, that might have been a replay. Because they're still at first and 10. Oh, no, it was a pitch and then the first down. I apologize, everybody. Justin Herbert now from the shotgun. Time ticking. Minute 25 left to go in the half. Dump off pass to the outside. And he turns that into a nice 6-yard gain. What could have been nothing or a negative play turns into positive. Darius Slay is looks to be under concussion protocol and is being evaluated. That's disappointing. Little dump off pass to the tight end to the outside. 3rd down and about 2. They get out of bounds on that one, so the clock stops. And a timeout. Chargers. 3rd and 1. It's actually a little over 1. It looks to be about 1.5. So TJ Watt been ineffective tonight. They've completely shut him down. He's not had any pressures on Justin Herbert tonight. He did get a hit on him. He did get a hit on him. But no pressures, no sacks. He's facing a lot of chip blocks tonight. Justin Herbert from the shotgun. And they get the first down. Time ticking. Coming down to 30 seconds. They did not use a timeout after that play. Justin Herbert from the shotgun. An incomplete pass. That was number 13. He sat back and waited for that ball. He didn't charge it or nothing. The cornerback almost came right in there and almost took that right out of the sky. That would have been a pick 6 to be sure. And Keenan Allen could not haul it in there. It was a pump fake and then a delayed throw, so it might have thrown him off, and that's why he wasn't able to kind of jump forward and be on the forward progression to grab it. Herbert under the shotgun again. From the 15.5, right pass right to the middle, touchdown to Conkley. 12 seconds left to go in the half, and the Chargers score a touchdown. Wide open in the middle of the field. $11-3, pending the extra points. Could be seeing 12-3 here. Great play by McConkley and Herbert on that one. And Dicker, the kicker, for the extra point. Right down the pipes. And they go up 12-3. 12 seconds left to go in the half. And the first touchdown comes late in the second quarter. I had a feeling it was going to be a defensive battle, and it has been. And the first touchdown doesn't come till the last couple seconds of the first half. 12 seconds left to go as Dicker, the kicker, gets ready to kick off back to the Steelers. Kick deep into the end zone and out of the back of the end zone. Which I believe is going to put them at the 30-yard line instead of just the 20. Rodgers from the shotgun, no backfield. Looks like they're going to try and score. He's scrambling around. The pocket begins to collapse, and it almost picked off by the Chargers. Incomplete pass. That took 10 seconds. 2 seconds left. 1 second left. There was 2 seconds left, but apparently there's only 1 second left. I don't see them. I don't know that they're going to actually try and. Oh, they added time back on the clock. Okay, we're back to 5 seconds now. And they only got 7 seconds left on the play clock. Let's watch this. And nothing. Oh, they still got 1 second left, but that was, they were rushing to the line with no play clock. Nobody was ready. Nobody even hustled off the line as soon as he snapped it, except the guy who almost took Rodgers' head off. So 1 second left. I don't know what are they just going to down it maybe, or maybe they are going to try and run one more play. 8 seconds left to go on the play clock. Rodgers from the shotgun and whistles. Timeout, Chargers. Don't know what the timeout was for, but there it is. 1 second left to go. So we'll line up one more time. 3rd down and 10. 1 second left to go in the first half. And a quick dump off pass down the sideline, and that's it. He'll run 7 or 8 yards and take it out. The half is over. 12-3, the Chargers lead with that touchdown late in the second quarter. The Steelers need to try and find a way to get something going, but I am going to be taking a break during the half. We will resume our coverage upon the start of the second half. Thank you for tuning in, at least to the first half of Mayhemtainment's coverage of Sunday Night Football. And I hope you will join us for the second half. We'll be back. Okay, everybody, sorry. I had stepped away for just a moment, and it turned out to be a moment too long. We are back with our second half coverage. 12-3, the Chargers over the Steelers. Justin Herbert from his own 27-yard line from the shotgun. That's going to be offsides on Pittsburgh, and a pass deflected, caught again by Herbert, and the flag is blown dead, but it doesn't matter because it's coming back. Nothing's going to happen anyway because it was offsides on the Steelers. Yep. Offsides, 5-yard penalty. Justin Herbert under center. Motion to the I formation and a regular handoff, but it does not really go very far. He gets just past the line of scrimmage there, maybe 2. The Chargers started with the ball here in the second half, giving them a little bit more control over the game. A lot of pointing and arm waving on the Steelers defense on this play as Justin Herbert takes the snap from the shotgun. No blitz, but they get to him and it gets knocked down. There's no whistle. Oh, incomplete pass. There was no whistle at first. One of the offensive linemen had the awareness to go dive on top of the ball before one of the officials were whistling and signaling that the pass was incomplete. The Steelers haven't really been blitzing much, but they have had some pressure on Herbert with just the 4-man rush. TJ Watt, that's the first time he's really, like I said earlier, he's had a hit on him on the game, but that was a pass deflection. He actually got up in his face and got his hands up, but they've been doing a good job at keeping him on the boundaries. Oh, he does a little stunt to the inside, but he gets the pass away to the inside. Number 13, Keenan Allen, gets the first down on that one, but I do believe that Justin Herbert took a shot at the end of that one because TJ Watt was coming through after a stunt with his other defensive lineman. He cut around to the inside, and I'm pretty sure he put a shot on him. Yeah, he did. He took a shot on that one, Justin Herbert. Good for him staying in the pocket, hitting that pass, and getting the first down. Another shot from TJ Watt. So he is starting to make some of an impact in the game. A little run play. He goes nowhere. In fact, he likely lost a yard. Vidal. I just realized I still have my banner up. Justin Herbert under center. Pass to the middle, but it is incomplete. Almost picked off. Stripped right out. He almost had the catch, but he stripped it right out of his hands. Great defensive play on that by the Steelers. Yards per play have increased up to about 3.5, respectively, each for both teams. Chargers, 4 wide receivers, a single back. Herbert gets flushed out, and he gets hit and brought to the ground. That's a sack. 4th down, the Chargers will be punting. So they get a chance to set the tone. They have a good drive. They get some good plays going, but then the Steelers defense turns it up, stops them dead in their tracks. Chargers punter. Nice big booming punt here. Fair catch. Almost bobbled it, but he caught it at the looks to be about the 8-yard line. And the Steelers will take back over with Aaron Rodgers. And they go to intermission with 11:44 left to go in the game. So with that, they're at intermission. Marcus Fredrickson does the music. I did try and get another song loaded up. StreamYard was lagging a little bit on me and did not like it, so I did not get to play another song of Marcus's during halftime, unfortunately. Make sure you check out our storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. Pick up some more apparel. Well, it didn't take long. Here we go. I just saw my first Christmas commercial. I'm sure there's others who have been like, what? You just saw your first one? But yes, I just saw the first Christmas commercial. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. So there you go. You know, I love Christmas as much as the next person. I don't really care to celebrate it. You know, before we even get to Thanksgiving, it's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. So all right. Well, StreamYard is actually working for me at the moment. So get a look at our storefront, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. Diamond Cartel apparel, the Diamond Cartel hip bag, the new, the one and only travel mug for Connor Clarkson. Our Mayhem Media windbreaker has been getting a lot of comments online. Mayhem Media bandana is new. We have the Mayhem Diamond hip bag for all those wrestlers out there. The Mayhem Media backpack. The Mayhem Ecto design, courtesy of Robbie H. This is his variation on the logo. We have lots of Diamond Cartel apparel. And I will show you a little bit more just a little bit later on. Back to the game. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 8. It's a pitch to the outside. He hurdles somebody and he's got room to go. He gets the first down and a little bit more. Another ripped shirt and broken tackles. He's got to get that ripped off, that's for sure, because that got ripped. He hurdles. What a hurdle, man. What a hurdle by Warren. What a hurdle. And then open space. He got the first down and more on that one. What a move. What a move. That's enough to change the momentum of the game. Rodgers, under center, one wide receiver. Handoff. Another run up the middle. Good. Another good 5 or 6 yards on that carry right there. Absolutely. For Warren. Some jawing and pushing going on now. This game's starting to heat up. They did not fix his jersey. It is still ripped up and all over the place, hanging down. They don't even care. What's happening now? They're whistling the play dead. Oh, we have a Charger injury. Oh, he might be hurt. He might be hurt. So that is an outward extended foot. And it didn't look like he had the ability to straighten that out. So we're going to leave it at that. Great run by Warren, man. Hard hit out of bounds, torn shirt. With an injury timeout, you'd think one of his equipment people would be out there to just cut the rest of that off. Oh, nope, his ankle's not broken. He just was hurt. Or he's walking off under his own power. So, Tierre Tart, the defensive tackle. They're showing the hurdle one more time. That's a hurdle, buddy. Hart just went, he got nothing but air, buddy. See? Bad tackling. Don't put your head down. You can't tackle what you don't see. And the second reason is because then you can be hurdled. Aaron Rodgers from the shotgun. Twin wide receivers to the left. Handoff. Draw play. Couple yards, 3 or 4. Collinsworth is commenting about Warren's shirt torn, saying it would bother him. I'm saying I'd be like, yeah, get this off me. That would probably, I can't imagine that would get in my way, I think. But he's still leaving it. He's on the sideline right now. No one's helping him. No one's cutting it off. He's just leaving that shit ripped. Pardon my language. Rodgers from the shotgun. And the receivers are blowing the play. What? Okay, Pittsburgh calls a timeout because they were about to run out of play clock. This game's been full of what is happening. That is for sure. So with 9:28 left to go, the Chargers leading the Steelers 12-3. The Steelers, Mike Tirico, I believe he just said the Ravens. I have it turned down, so I can't be sure, but it's the Steelers. Rodgers and the Steelers from the shotgun. Trips to the left, now motion, bringing it 2 wide receivers on each side. The pocket collapses and Rodgers gets taken down by the Chargers D, 4th down. Every time the Steelers start getting something going, the Chargers defense may allow a few plays, but they have been shutting Rodgers down as soon as he starts getting anything kind of cooking. Coincidentally, they sent a blitz on this one. That's what helped collapse the pocket. And he's actually the blitzer, Tupelota Lodi. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I'm sorry, but he got the sack on that one. And the Steelers are going to punt the ball with their left-footed punter. Nice big punt again. Chargers are going to try and return this. He's only going to get 4 or 5 yards. And we got flags. We got more jawing, flags, teammates pulling each other back, officials blowing the whistle, more people jawing. Let's see what happened here on the penalty. Oh, he's going to get penalized. Number 10. Oh. It was a block in the back. It wasn't even on that situation. It was an illegal block in the back by the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, and the Chargers will go backwards. They're going to go to intermission, which means that I'm going to take a quick intermission. We will be back when they come back. All right. The Chargers are going to start from the 23-yard line, their own 23-yard line. 8:39 left to go in the third quarter. Justin Herbert under center, not from the shotgun. Play action, pass to the middle of the field to number 15. Nice play. Great catch in traffic. And a first down for the Chargers. McConkey was who caught the ball there. Right through the coverage. Yep. Right between the defenders, right in the seam. That's where you want it. Justin Herbert from the shotgun formation. Fake play action, then a reverse to the other side to number 30, Warren. I'm sorry, I don't think that's Warren. No, that's Vidal. Sorry, Warren's for the Steelers. My apologies for getting that backwards there. Fake play action, then a reverse to Vidal on the other side. Another first down, 11 more yards. Oh, Steelers defender is down. So they got an injury timeout on the field. This is Joey Porter, one of their cornerbacks, after the injury earlier to Darius Slay. This could be a problem for the Steelers here. The injuries could be what changes the game here. And Porter really smacked his head off the turf there. Not sure if it was a head injury, leg injury, but he is walking off under his own power, but he's got his helmet off. He's very upset, throws his helmet on the sideline. He's very unhappy. He's likely going to the blue tent. And based on that reaction, I'm thinking he likely knows he probably has a concussion. And both starting corners are now out for the Steelers. That's huge. This game can unfold real quick for the Steelers. Justin Herbert from the shotgun. Another draw play to Vidal. 8 more yards up the middle. See, this is why you keep running the ball. You keep running the ball. You keep running the ball. You wear out and tire down the defense. Eventually, you're going to start breaking some of these in. That's why you do it right there. Coming down to 7 minutes left to go in the third. 2nd and 2. Justin Herbert under center this time. Motion. Handoff again to Vidal. Oh, and he gets stopped way behind the line of scrimmage. That's going back to probably 3rd and 7. 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Lost a 3 or 4 on that play. That time the steal again. Both teams, the touchdown by the Chargers was really kind of a fluke drive because every other drive has been doing this. One team will start getting cooking, and then the defense is like, no, we'll stop you. We'll just decide to stop you here. So 3rd and 4. I'm sorry, it was 3rd and 4. I thought I looked back further than that, but it was only 3rd and 4. A lot of Steeler defenders again gesturing and the pass is deflected at the line by the lineman. 4th and 4 for Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Hayward, the big man, 97. One of the biggest linemen you're going to see, I assure you. He's a big boy, and he got in there, and man, he got his hands up. As a lineman, that's what you do, man. You get your hands up. Well, the offensive lineman had his own helmet off there. You got to wonder if there wasn't some potential inadvertent hands to the face. Dicker the kicker getting another field goal, which is great for my fantasy team. Close one, but right down the middle again. That was a 59-yard. That's bonus points for me in my league. That's bonus points, actually. 59-yard. That's, yeah, I'll take that all day. Dicker the kicker. That one wasn't right down the middle. It was a little to the right, but still within the and I didn't take our message board down, but they're going to intermission. So I am also going to do the same again. We will be right back. 15-3. Game coverage is back on. The Chargers make the field goal. And here we go with the kickoff. Steelers take it up past the 20, to the 25, the 30, and he gets taken down. Not the 36-yard line. 33-yard line. And there's a flag. I'm guessing holding. Yep, holding by the receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. If anybody doesn't know what the spot of the foul means, the spot of the foul means that the penalty is enforced from wherever the ball was when the foul occurred. So it's not just a loss of the 10 yards. It's a loss of the 10 yards plus wherever you were. So there you go from they were past the 30. Now they're all the way back to the 18-yard line. Rodgers under center, play action. He gets pushed out of the pocket and he just throws it away to the ground. There was a receiver in the area, so not intentional grounding. The Chargers defense has really been on top of this. They have been on all night. They have just shut down the Steelers offense. Anybody with any Steeler offensive players for fantasy are very unhappy, with the exception of maybe Warren, who has busted off at least a couple of yards. But no scores. No scores for the Steelers offense. Just the field goal. A pitch out to Warren from Rodgers. He's doing a lot of dancing. But even after making 4 or 5 people miss, he did turn a net potential -2 yards and he gained about a yard there. But that was a lot of spinning and juking, but he didn't really get very far. Chargers were doing good at always having somebody right there next. So third and 8. They are 0-7 on 6.5 yards or more on third down. They have not converted a third down. So what is happening? The Chargers take a timeout. Aaron Rodgers from the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He takes the snap. Pocket begins to fold. I'm not really sure what happened there. There was a Steeler in the area, but I'm not sure. I think the receiver fell to the ground. They want pass interference. 3 and out for Pittsburgh. 4th and 8 now. I'm telling you, man, the Chargers defense got it. Let's see what happened here on the replay. Metcalf. He's going to be double coveraged. Oh, there was some contact, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, if it happened beyond the 5 yards, so you would think that that would be a penalty, actually. I will have to say that you would think that it would be a penalty, being that it happened beyond the 5 yards, it looked like to me. Fair catch called for by the Chargers. They'll take it at their own 36. And they're going to go to intermission. And I am also going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. The Chargers give a run up the middle there with Vidal, and he cuts off a nice chunk. Oh, the Chargers tight end is injured his knee, it looks like, and he has not been back in the game. Questionable to return. Godson. Justin Herbert from the shotgun, draw play, hand off to Vidal, and he's going to get stopped about 3 yards short of the line of scrimmage, and they're going to go from 2nd and 3 to 3rd and 6. Under 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the game. Almost a good cutback. If he could have broke that tackle by number 29, he might have been able to break that off for some yards. But Justin Herbert, 3rd and 6. He gets flushed out from the pocket, but he's running for the hills, man. He's out there, and he will get the first down and a whole lot more. As we are under 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter, the Chargers are again driving the ball. Can the Steelers defense hold them to another field goal or prevent them? No, they're almost in field goal range now. So can the Steelers hold them or hold them to a field goal? They're all the way to looks like the 43-yard line on the Steelers side now. Sorry, 45, almost the 45-yard line on the Steelers side. Justin Herbert under center. Handoff again to Vidal. He gets tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but still gets 3 or 4 yards. Flags down. I think that's going to be coming back. Holding on the offense. So 10-yard penalty. So they're going to go back to 3rd and 16 now. 2nd and 16. I'm sorry. 1st and 20. Wow, I was way off on that one. My apologies. Justin Herbert under center. Play action pass. Screen to the fullback. He gets tripped up. He did not get the first, but it looks like they got almost half of what they needed there. So maybe 2nd down and 10 now. Second and 13. They got 7 yards on that fullback screen there. Justin Herbert from the shotgun, 3 wide receivers. Looks almost offsides. The pocket collapses on Herbert, and he gets brought down. He wants a collar tackle. It was the front, not the back, but it was a collar tackle. Oh, that's right. Inside the pocket, the collar is not a foul. And while the pocket did collapse and he was moving forward, he's technically within what's called the pocket. The pocket goes from the line of scrimmage. If anybody doesn't know this, the pocket goes from the line of scrimmage and then goes from tackle to tackle and then goes back, I believe, about roughly 5 yards. That's considered the pocket. Quick pass by Justin Herbert, and it's going to be 4th down and very short. 1 or 2. Oh, he's going to take a field goal. I'll take another field goal attempt by Dicker the kicker. That's okay for my fantasy team. It is 4th down. Coming to a minute left to go in the third quarter. It's 4th and 2. They're leading 15-3, so probably a smart move not to try and go for it. 55-yard field goal. This would be another 50-plus yarder for Dicker. And it's slanted, and it bounces off the upright. It is no good. Dang, Dicker the kicker misses the 55-yarder after nailing a 57-yarder earlier in the night. That is disappointing. He definitely had the distance, but it started rotating and then leaned left and then off the upright. Yep, right off the upright. That's okay. It was a long field goal, you know. Not everybody's perfect, and the 50+ yarders, you kind of look the other way with your field goal kickers, even though that would have been some good more fantasy points for me in terms of the fantasy game. Thank you to everybody who's tuning in to our live watch along. Appreciate you doing so. Leave us a comment. I know it's getting late. Let us know what you think of the game so far. Marcus Fredrickson does the music. Make sure you check him out. ReverbNation.com/Marcus Fredrickson. Next week, Mayhem Media. Next Sunday, between the late afternoon game and the Sunday night game, we release our next episode of Call for the Bell, our bi-weekly wrestling talk show. We talk with WWE, AEW, and a few other companies from time to time. Just a general talk show about wrestling and a general how it's going, what's good, what do we like, that kind of a thing. So tune into that. That'll be next weekend for Mayhem Media. We also got other episodes of Mayhemtainment coming up before Thanksgiving. So look for the dates and everything on our social media, including Twitter. You can follow me at Mayhem Prez. That's at Mayhem Prez, Mayhempres. If you want to follow me on Twitter or X, if you will. That is the official handle of the Mayhem X feed. Well, my lettering isn't even right here. StreamYard gave us the ability to have our own fonts, but you can't make them the default, so you got to switch them every time you're inside. So the kick bounces off the upright. The width of the upright is 4 inches. Rogers under center, 2 wide receivers. Pitch to Warren, who has a hole. He breaks it up in the middle, and he's got a good 12 yards there. First down. As we get ready to come to the end of the third quarter, and I don't think the Steelers will call another play before the end of the third quarter. Oh, yes, they will. They're going hurry up. They are not content to go down, which makes sense. They are down by 12 right now. Rogers from the shotgun now. Twin receivers to the left. Pass to the middle. I think that's Furmuth. It is. Nice 8-yard pass. Second down and short. But I believe that will be the last play of the third quarter as it comes to an end. And we get ready for the fourth quarter, the final stanza of the game between the Steelers and the Chargers. It's not over yet. It is not over yet. 12 points. Not even close. I'll be back in a few minutes to call the fourth quarter. Okay, the Rodgers and the Steelers start the fourth quarter with a handoff to Warren. He gets a couple on first down. Looks like the Steelers are going to start going. I don't want to say hurry up, but are going to at least maybe increase the pace at which they've been moving. I'll be honest with you. Through most of this game, I've been watching the play clock. Rodgers has taken the play clock down under 5 seconds through almost every single play that he's been doing. There's a lot of motion. There's a lot of changes. He's calling out a lot, and they've got under 5 seconds almost every single time. That was at 6, so at least it was above 5. A screen to Warren, who has room and blockers to run. He gets a first down and a little bit more. Goes 16, 17 yards maybe. He took a hard fall on the tackle, but he looks to be okay. Back to what I was saying about the play clock. In the end now, if you can't find a way to start increasing the pace a little bit, you are down by 2 scores. 12 points is 2 scores, okay? So you really need 2 touchdowns. And you can't always be waiting until the clock goes all the way back. People, she's shifting sides again. Here we are, 5 seconds. Rodgers under center, all the way down to the 3 second on the play clock. Hand off to Warren, who goes up the middle and breaks off another 5 or 6 yards there, easy. Warren's cooking right now. "13 minutes. Rodgers takes a position under center. 2 wide receivers split out to the sides. Warren, the sole back. Motion to the right. Almost, I don't know what that was. That was a busted play, and Rodgers just throws it at the ground towards Warren. I don't believe that that'll be intentional grounding either. There's no flags. Warren was in the area, but clearly it was a pass towards the ground. Not sure what happened there. They're showing the replay now. There's motion. There's clearly going to be a blitzer to the left. And he stays. He doesn't blitz. He stays. So it was going to be a quick slant. It was a screen. It was to set up a screen, but Rodgers wanted to throw a quick slant on the left side. But the blitzer decided not to blitz and back off. He showed blitz, but then decided to back off. He would have took it right out of the air if he'd have thrown it. So a good eye by Rodgers, but then the play was broken. And an overthrown ball now. And Rodgers takes a huge shot and ends up on the ground, 4th and 6. And the Chargers stop the Steelers' momentum and drive on that one. Yep, he sailed on it. He saw it. He wanted to turn. Look at that. Rodgers knew he was going to take a shot. That's on Rodgers right there. Because he didn't want to take the shot. And so he got rid of it quickly and hurriedly so he could turn and take it to his back. He didn't want to take the shot to the ribs. And I can't blame him for that, but also bad. That's not, you got to take that shot as a quarterback. He completes that pass if he doesn't turn. He completes that pass. Aaron Rodgers 100% completes that pass. And another incomplete pass on 4th down, and the Steelers come away even without a field goal. They tried a quick fade to the outside. Great defense. He had his hands on it. He looked back. Yep. Rodgers is unhappy. They go to intermission. The Steelers go scoreless. Now the Chargers got a long field ahead of them. The Steelers got them pinned deep because of where they were, but that's huge. That's huge. To not even walk away with a field goal there. I'm not really sure, because a field goal and then a touchdown with a 2-point conversion at least gives you the points. At least puts you within 1. So I don't know why you don't take the field goal there, but I guess they felt they wanted the touchdown, and I don't know. That was a bad play calling in my opinion also. So that's what happens sometimes. So the Chargers will get it deep after the commercial break. And it's getting late, and I've been doing this for almost 3 hours, coming up to the 3-hour mark. So I'm doing my best to keep up. But that's why I keep taking breaks whenever they're at commercial break, because I'm trying to rest my voice as much as I can. So I'll be back in just a few moments. And since they're doing their advertisements, we might as well do ours. This watch along brought to you by bonfire.com/store/mayhem media shop. Pick up some Diamond Cartel apparel. We've just been picked up the license to be able to do that. We have lots of stuff, and we have hats as one of our newest items as well. Herbert tosses it out to the side, and he's doing some dancing. He gets a good 15 yards before he gets knocked out. Johnston, great pass, great catch by Johnston there. I mean, they had two guys in the neighborhood. They weren't going to make that. That was never, they didn't bite at all. There was no, just a fade, a one-on-one fade from, 8-9 yards out. I don't know. That's got to be quicker. Herbert from the shotgun. He hands it off to Vidal. I just heard the announcer say it, so at least finally I know how to pronounce it. Vidal. And he gets 3 or 4 yards before his progress is stopped, and the officials whistle the play dead. So I think for our next watch along, we're going to do some trivia throughout the episode to add some of the dead zones. Justin Herbert not under center, he's in shotgun. So Wolfman, if you're still listening, or if you happen to rewatch this, get ready, because I'm going to be coming to you. Justin Herbert from the shotgun. He moves to his right out of the pocket, throws on the run way over Keenan Allen's head. 3rd and 6. 11:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Chargers are leading. I think I'd probably be sticking with the run a little bit more if I was them and not doing the pass so much. I'd be trying to kill clock, but that's just me. There are some unhappy Steelers on the sidelines, and I can't blame them for that. Only scoring 3 points here and going into the fourth quarter. That is not what's going to get you wins. And the Chargers only having 15. That's not like a comfortable place to be either. So Justin Herbert from the center. He hits the number 15, who's got an open hole. He's running down the sideline. He does a little juke around the 15, and then, I think he probably just sort of kept running. He might have been able to make 2 or 3 more yards, but he wanted to make some tricky shit happen. He thought he could juke him out and get to the end zone. Good try, though. After that, good try. Great route. Great catch. He was blanketed and pulled that away. McConkey. All day on this, man. That was a rough catch to get right there, man. He had to fight for that one. The defender fell, and he was just off to the races after that. Great play by McConkey, man. He wanted that. You weren't getting it from him. The Chargers taking it under 5 seconds of play clock. Back to Vidal to the left side. He runs it up the middle, or not up the middle, but up the side, and he gets a first down. That's going to be another fresh set of downs. Sorry, I got so excited on that one. The Chargers are cooking, moving in. They're inside the red zone. They were inside the red zone after that long pass play, and Vidal gets them a little bit closer. 1st and goal. They got to do it now. No more fresh set of downs. That's over 100 yards for Vidal in this game. 101 yards total. And the Steelers are and finally, you can't fault that the defense. The defense has done a great job. The Steelers defense has done a great job today. So even if they score a touchdown here. And the great job by Herbert taking it all the way down to the 1 second, and Vidal runs it in to the end zone for the touchdown. And the Chargers will go up 6 more, pending the extra point as well. They're currently at 21-3 over the Steelers. 3 minutes and 15 seconds for 6 plays for 90 yards. They went 90 yards in 3 minutes and 15 seconds. They did not sit on the clock. And you know what? There you go. Well, how I said I wouldn't pass so much. Yeah, I might not have come away with a touchdown either. There you go. They were not content to sit on the clock and just try and burn clock. They didn't want to give them a chance. They wanted to put an extra score in between them. Dicker, the kicker, will get another shot at an extra point here. Good snap, good hold. He hooks the ball again, but it does stay inside the uprights. You better take a look at what he's doing there, because that's 2 in a row now that he's done that kind of hook to. That one almost took it outside the uprights as well. McConkey, the downfield pass. Vidal, the draw play from the shotgun. The Chargers go up another score, 22-3. They're going to commercial break. Check out our storefront. If you enjoy our coverage, if you enjoy our content, even if you can't pick something up right now, go and share it out. Okay? The cinch bag is a new product. The Wolfman shirt, pick one of them up. The call for the bell is also new, and we'll also be likely getting a change. Get yourself a blanket. We have the plain black flag design. This one is single-sided. The Mayhem Diamond is a new one. The Mayhem Cowboy is a staple that we've had up there for a while. There's only one, Connor Clarkson. That's one of my favorites. That's one that I'll be getting myself right now. I'm getting the Mayhem. I'm going to be getting myself a Mayhem Diamond t-shirt. Okay. It's only single-sided. Nothing on the back. Single-sided. We got tank tops. We got pullover hoodies. We got the classic tank tops. We have the soft style pullover hoodie, but it's still got the pockets. We got the women's slim fit tee. And in case you want to buy one for your kid, we do have the youth t-shirts as well. So pick up the Mayhem Diamond, created by Robbie H. Of course, inspired by the Diamond Cartel. We couldn't have done it without them. But it is an excellent design. He did an excellent job on that. The father, Scott Diamond, pick up one of these shirts. It looks good in red. It looks good in blue. We got them in sweatshirts. We got tank tops. And for the ladies, we got them in pink. We got them in neon red, orange. We have them in purple. We have the women's slim fit tee in red. And of course, we do have the youth version available on this as well. So pick up some of our apparel from our storefront. The Windbreaker's been getting a lot of good reviews online. It is expensive. I understand that. I have it as cheap as I can. Trust me. So it is expensive, but it's going to be a great jacket. And it's the half zip. It's got the pockets. I'll be getting myself one of these probably in the new year, because I want to get myself a couple more t-shirts yet. But I will be getting myself a Windbreaker jacket for sure as well. Okay, back to the game. They're back from their break. Dicker, the kicker, is going to handle the kickoff as we have just under 9.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. A bobbled the kick, but he picks it up right away. Running it up the middle. He's got some room there, almost to the kicker. Weird camera angle they had on that kickoff. NSBL's been trying a lot of new camera angles to try and, I guess, put you closer to the action. That one was a weird one. I'm not going to lie. That one was a weird one. I kind of liked the standard broadcast view on the kickoffs, but that one was a little bit weird. There are many Sunday night games left. to do it. I've talked about the idea, and I've thought about doing one on the Sunday afternoon. Those games are so hard sometimes to do, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe an early afternoon game, but we will be doing some more Sunday night and Thursday night games for sure. Monday Night Football is so tricky because of ESPN and their nonsense and how they do memberships and stuff. Quick pass by Rodgers. They're moving the ball. They're not going huddle. They're going no huddle. Let's see where the play clock is. 2nd and 5 from their own 42-yard line. From the shotgun. Single back. The pocket collapses quickly on Rodgers. He gets it out. There's nothing. And there's a flag in the backfield. Illegal contact is what I'm guessing. Don't think it was. I don't think it was a. Holding. Defensive holding. There you go. And that's a 5-yard penalty, but the automatic first down. That's the big one there. Excuse me. The one and only Connor Clarkson is messaging me right now. Shout out to the one and only Connor Clarkson. Make sure you tune into him next weekend, and I'll probably be there also on the Call for the Bell series. Aaron Rodgers, no backfield. The back split out wide. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that Aaron Rodgers throws the ball. It's bobbled by the receiver and picked off by the Chargers. He takes it down the field, gets some yards back, and then just casually runs out of bounds, knowing that he doesn't need to hustle or rush it. That was a killer move for the Steelers. That may have just ended the game right there. I don't know if the Steelers recover from that. That one's not on Rodgers. He was open, wide open. Austin, number 19, wide open. He had nobody on him. There was nobody on him. It bounced right off his fingertips. He's not going to be getting the call again. They're not going to be calling his number again. Rodgers is very unhappy about that. Very unhappy about that, as he should be. I think you got to be careful. You're still in the game. But rightfully so. Wide open, bounced off the hands, and then right into the Chargers. And they hand it off to Vidal, who takes it up the middle for 2 yards. And now the Chargers will likely pound that ball and kill that clock. The Chargers are looking good in the division, undefeated in the division. And a win here against the Steelers puts them just in a better spot to win their division. That's for sure. So Chargers are very much still in this at 6-3, obviously. The Chargers will go to 7-3. The Steelers will go drop to 5-4. That might not be where they want to be. And they hand off again to Vidal, who gets it just another 2 yards. It was 2nd and 7. Looks like we'll be 3rd and 5. How about that Detroit-Washington game? Man, that fell apart real quick, didn't it? I'm sorry. I know if Josh, if you're still watching, I believe you're one of the people likely still watching. And but yeah, they just got trounced today. And Marcus Mariota, man, he's just not that good of a quarterback. Even when he was a starter and was drafted, I didn't think he was that great of a quarterback. So having him as your backup right now, it's got to be hard for you guys to try and string together wins. Justin Herbert from the shotgun, toss out to Vidal, who's got open field and has a fresh set of downs as the first down. And he doesn't even try and rush it or push it. Flag down, might be holding, it might be coming back. Yep, holding on the offense. So it's going to come back. So you wipe that entire first down, the positive yardage off the board, and they go back 10 yards from where they started the play. That's why holding penalties on runs are just killer. They're just killer. . Not that it's not hard on pass plays, but for rush plays, man, because rushing yards are just they're usually hard to get. And when you bust off a big one and it gets called all the way back, 3rd and 16 now from the shotgun, this is not going to be a run, even though the clock is still running, coming down to 6.5 minutes. Herbert, the pocket closes on him. He's going to take a sack. He's going to take a sack. That's going to be a sack. They whistle the play dead. He was definitely behind the line of scrimmage there. So the Chargers will have to punt here. Not really sure why the clock has stopped on 4th down. The clock shouldn't have stopped. It's a sack. The clock should still be running. Oh, I apologize. The Steelers called a timeout. They just let us know that. So the Steelers use a timeout to preserve a little time. I don't think that's a bad move. I think that's a good move for the Steelers. You want more time on the clock now. You don't need to preserve those last 2 timeouts for something under 2 minutes. It's unlikely that you're going to make something. You need something to happen now in order to be even in it later. So I think that's probably a smart move by the Steelers because the Chargers would have taken this all the way down, being that they have to punt the ball. So TJ Watt's got is going to have better stats than JJ Watt. Man, if they could have played for the same team at the same time, wouldn't that have been something? Leave a comment if you think that would have been something to see. Oh, the Wolfman. Yes, the Packers and the Chiefs play on the 18th. Wolfman, I'm glad you're watching. I don't know if you were watching earlier, but I said I think when I do another one of these watch-alongs, I'm going to include a muff punt by the Steelers. A muff punt by the Steelers. The Chargers now have the ball. The Chargers picked up the muffed punt. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe that just happened for the Steelers. Talk about quicksand. And that is how quickly the game – that will likely end the game because the Chargers have it inside the 20. He calls for a fair catch, so he can't advance it at all. Misjudges where it is. It bounces off his hands, though. That's the key right there. If it would have just went through his hands and bounced away, it's a punt. So it wouldn't have mattered. They could have just downed it wherever they picked it up, but his fingers touched it. That's a muff kick. That's a fumble. And that's a pickup by the Chargers inside the red zone. Back to what I was saying, Wolfman, if you're watching, I think we're going to start including some trivia when I do these watch-alongs. So I'm going to be, you and I are going to be talking about that. I'm going to ask you to get some facts together for me since you are the team researcher, pal. And, maybe we'll do the Chiefs and the maybe we'll do the next Chiefs watch-along. Maybe you can hop in and join us for a little bit. I know you're a Chiefs fan, so Wolfman's a Chiefs fan. Maybe we'll do the next Chiefs game Sunday night or Thursday night game. We can't do Monday night games, Wolfman. ESPN and ABC are just such a pain. So we can't do Monday nights right now. But maybe the next Sunday night or Thursday night game, we will do for the Chiefs. We'll do a special one because they're actually not doing so hot either. They're Wolfman, the Chiefs. They're having a rough season themselves. They're having some growing pains right now. I think they got rid of too many of their offensive weapons, thinking that Patrick Mahomes was the key to their team. And a quarterback is obviously key to your team, but you got to have somebody that he can throw the ball to. You got to have someone that can run the ball. So Herbert, they are definitely just running the ball right now. They lost 4 yards on the first run play, Vidal, and they're going to lose 2 more yards. They're going to be 3rd and 16 on this, but they have killed lots of clock. So we're coming down to 5.5 minutes, and we'll be under 5 minutes by the time they even call the 3rd down play. And then by the time they punt the ball, it'll be under 4 minutes. And the Steelers need at least 3 scores at this point. And that's 3 touchdowns, no field goals. Wolfman is still tuned in. Thank you, Wolfman, for staying tuned in. And you always do your best, dude. That's why we have you do what you do. Wolfman is the mayhem researcher. He does good. He doesn't just do the wrestling stuff. He doesn't just do the wrestling stuff and the predictions. He's helped with other research with other episodes and stuff. So like I said before, man, Wolfman's an excellent soldier and a great worker. So I have no doubt that you will be able to come through on football. We'll discuss it. It's not like we do these every week anyway, Wolfman. So I'll have another NFL overall kind of episode before I do another live watch along. But Thanksgiving's coming up. Potentially a live watch along coming for Thanksgiving on the Thursday night potentially. I'm not sure yet. It depends on family plans, of course, but we'll see what happens. It likely won't be planned too far out. It might likely be something like, oh, I find myself home and the family's gone home and I'm free. So I'll do a watch along, unfortunately. Not too much planning. And Dicker the Kicker, this time his hook brings it back in. Man, that is a hook he has on that kick. Wow, that was way outside the posts. I'm sorry. If that kick stays straight, when he first kicks it, that thing misses by a mile. But wow, what a hook back inside the uprights. Wow, what a hook back inside the uprights. So the Chargers go up another 3, making it 25-3 for the Chargers. This game is getting out of hand for the Steelers. I will also be right back. And back with the kickoff. Dicker the Kicker all the way into the end zone. They down it in the end zone, which, if I'm not mistaken, only brings them out to the 20 now. They've been flushing him to the left side a lot and flushing him outside the pocket, and that's been disrupting Rodgers big time. Absolutely. And even when they push him out to the right, he's being hurried and there's no one open. So, wow. His stats tonight, Rodgers is looking just garbage. Of course, it's not all his fault. You know, his Steelers have certainly helped him with that. His Steelers have certainly helped him with that. Or his wide receivers has certainly helped him with that. So, many dropped passes. Even the pick that is on Rodgers was not his fault. It was to a wide open receiver. Quick throw out to Firmuth, who runs way past the first down. Stays in bounds, though, so the clock will continue to run as the Steelers go. Hurry up. And again, what was I saying earlier, guys? about that time. The time it took them all game, they've been running the play clock down to under 5 seconds all game. And wow, Rodgers, what is that going to be? Is that going to be an incomplete pass? Incomplete pass. Wow, they were in his face. So there you go, 2nd down and 10 after Fairview's big run. The Chargers are their defense. Okay, they're saying he was being hit as he threw the ball, so that's why they're not saying intentional grounding, because there was nobody in there. And another big shot by Rodgers, who's taken a lot of punishment tonight. 4 minutes and 3 seconds left to go. 2nd down and 10. Trailing by 22 points. That's 3 touchdowns, with one of them being a 2-point conversion. And did he step out? Yeah, he stepped out. 19, and there you go, another one. He was open. He caught the ball. Wasn't clear about where his foot positioning was, and instead of 3rd and 5, now it's 3rd and 10. The Steelers receivers have just not been on point tonight at all. Not that Rodgers has had the best game, certainly not, but I'm gonna say his wide receivers have left him hanging with a bag for most of this game. Rodgers got no backfield, 5 wide receivers from the shotgun. Quick pass out to the outside. They get the 1st down to Metcalf, and he gets out of bounds. That will stop the clock. .355 left to go in the game. While it's not impossible that the Chargers are going to pull this out, it's not for sure yet. It's certainly possible the Steelers can pull a comeback. Steelers, no backfield again. 5 wide receivers. Quick pass out to Gainwell. The clock stays running, though, because he did not get himself out of bounds. He was being tackled out of bounds. That was one of the recent rule changes in the last couple of years. Clock does not stop when you're being tackled out of bounds. You actually have to go willingly out of bounds. Rodgers, another quick throw right to the middle to Smith. 3 more yards, 3rd down and short. Clock still continues to run. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. 3rd and 4. Aaron Rodgers trying to make something happen. Metcalf, 3 receptions for only 35 yards tonight. That's not going to get it done. Gainwell in the backfield. Rodgers from the shotgun. Another quick pass out. And Wilson will walk into the end zone. I'm sorry, he won't walk, but he will break some tackles and on his way into the end zone. I don't know if that was some soft coverage by the Chargers or they just got caught napping on that one, but a quick score. Actually, 1 minute, 57 seconds on the time of possession for that drive. That is a quick score. And this is a nice, really quick right underneath. The defenders they got confused about who was going with who. They went underneath on a crossing route, and the defenders got confused about who's supposed to go with who. Left them open. He takes it into the end zone. Boswell puts on the extra point. Now they're only down 15, 25-10. But they're out of timeouts. They're out of timeouts. The Chargers are obviously getting the ball back unless they try an onside kick, which I suppose is possible. Of course, the percentages of onside kicks this year are extremely low. I'm not sure what the exact number is. I think it's only been 2 or 3, actually, that's actually been recovered so far this year. So that's not a high percentage chance either. If the defense can maybe make something happen, strip the ball, maybe, but barring something, it looks like the Chargers will just hand the ball to Vidal and just kill the last 3 minutes or so of the clock. That's likely what's going to happen here. even if they go 3 and out, you're punting the ball back with likely less than 30 seconds left. You're not going to score 2 touchdowns with less than 30 seconds left. Well, again, we've seen teams score touchdowns, 2 or 3 touchdowns in a matter of, 45, 50 seconds sometimes. So, again, nothing is impossible in football. Anything could potentially happen yet. But barring something crazy, and all the crazy stuff has been happening for the Steelers, the Chargers, not the Steelers. That interception off the fingertips of the wide open wide receiver, the sacks. They are going to try an onside kick. Chad Boswell is going to try an onside kick here. Let's see. Pass the 10 right to the Chargers, who takes a knee immediately. He doesn't even try and return it. He immediately takes a knee. Smart gameplay. Justin Herbert's going to take over. See, now the only problem with the onside kick. Yeah, I mean, I get it. You got to take whatever chance you can get, because if you just kick it off back to him, there's less of a chance. At least there's a small chance if you get the onside kick. But the way onside kicks work, it's really, really hard to get those right now. And they're even leaving the owner's box here for the Steelers box is emptying. The Chargers box is likely emptying. Shotgun and then a quick toss out to Keenan Allen, who runs it almost and gets a first down. 9.5 yards. Oh, no, they're going to call him back. Only 7 or so yards. Wow, that's a bad spot, but that's what he gets. And they're going to they're just going to continue to run the clock down, and second down and short. Oh, and Keenan Allen just set the all-time franchise reception record, because it was technically a forward pass. It was a shotgun, and then he just took a little toss forward, but either way, it's a forward pass. Anything forward is considered a forward pass if you didn't know. So, and Keenan Allen passes Antonio Gates for the most catches in franchise history. That's pretty awesome, especially on a night that they're winning like this. That's pretty awesome for them. That's pretty awesome for him. And I believe that, they're going to be pulling him out of the game. Are we going to start seeing the starters get pulled out the game, or is he coming back in? All right. So they went to a weird intermission there, at least on my screen. When this game closes out, I'm not doing a post game. I will talk for a minute about the game, but I'm not doing a big, long post game. There's nothing that I could say afterwards that I haven't said during the game. So I'm going to start getting in some of my last advertisements in the Mayhem Media Shop, bonfire.com/store/Mayhem Media Shop. The windbreaker has been a popular item. We have travel mugs. The bandana is new. And of course, we're licensed to sell Diamond Cartel gear. We have a lot of different designs for the Diamond Cartel so far. And we'll be adding a lot of new products and new stuff for them as well. So make sure you check all this out. Okay, the one and only Connor Clarkson, that's one I'll be definitely getting, and the Mayhem Diamond. Those are my next 2 shirts. And here we go, back to the game. Justin Herbert from the shotgun and off to Vidal. And he goes nowhere, loses 2. So 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5, but the clock will continue to tick away. So they will run it down. They can run it down almost all the way down to a minute 10 before they call their 3rd down play. If they don't get it, they still have a 4th down play. So even if they don't get this first down, it's going to be it's over. They might punt the ball back with 30 seconds or less to the Steelers. Of course, they're already past midfield. Although they get the ball on the onside attempted kick. Vidal runs up the middle, first down, and that is the game. That will be the game. The Chargers will go to victory formation. The Chargers will go to the victory formation. They will take one more knee That should be all they need to be able to kill the rest of the clock, take it down. And the Chargers will come out of this at 7-3. The Steelers will fall to 5-4. And that is not a place that they want to be on the AFC East. The Chargers being 7-3 are now very much in a great place in their division. And there's the last knee right there. So that is the end of this game. And I'm going to start wrapping up our stuff too. Marcus Fredrickson does the music. Make sure you check him out. ReverbNation.com/Marcus Fredrickson. Share out your favorite song and tag us in it. The storefront, bonfire.com/Mayhem Media Shop. Get yourself some apparel, some diamond apparel. The Mayhem Media hats, hip packs. The Mayhem Ecto design is brand new, front and back. The Patriarch Scott Diamond, front and back, and several other things. We have a nice full shop, so make sure you pick something up and share it out. This has been our watch along with Sunday Night Football, the Chargers and the Steelers. And the Chargers come out on top 25-10. Thank you all for tuning in to our live watch along. Those of you who have, and anybody who's watching the rewatch, thank you for watching on the rewatch. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. And of course, I actually didn't have it up through most of this, but we do have a nope, the QR code is not working. So, all right, I will have to fix the QR code. So, as I said, the storefront, you can go check it out. You can share it out. And please share this watch along out. We want to let people know that we're going to be doing some more of these potentially on Thanksgiving, but we'll be doing at least one or two more of these before the end of the regular season. And then, of course, we'll be doing some playoff stuff as well. So stay tuned to Mayhem Media. Next week, Call for the Bell with the Wolfman and the one and only. And then I will also be joining them. And we will 3-man it next Sunday. Look for us between the 4 o'clock, the end of the 4 o'clock game and the beginning of Sunday Night Football. That's usually when we release that. So thank you very much for tuning in. I am your host, JD. And that's the end.